Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, your premier source for Second Amendment news. Today we have good news on multiple levels. Before I jump into that, I want to thank the sponsor of today's news, and that is Gun Pro Deals. Check them out. You can find them very easily online because putting a link down below would be the demise of the channel. But if you're into drums, not the musical type of drums, these ones for the Strybog, you're going to want to check them out. They have Strybogs back in stock, and these drums make them sing excellent. So check them out. Thanks, Nate, for sticking by the channel. Check them out, guys. Let them know I sent you, and great things will happen. So let's go on to the first little update I have here. If you weren't lucky enough to catch the video I did last night, it was like a little 3-minute live video I did. And you might not have seen it because it's still over 18, 20 hours later. It's still processing on YouTube's end. So I figure I'll stick it in this video as well. California, great news came out last night. Last night here in the East Coast. I was 3 hours behind you guys out west. But Judge Benitez, in the case of Road v. Becerra, the judge struck down the ammunition background check law requirement. In fact, the entire bill, the entire law was Proposition 63. It's done. So as of right now, you can buy ammunition in California without a background check, without paying, for the background check, or there's no more real ID requirement to prove you're a citizen, and all that crazy stuff that was involved that blocked constitutional abiding citizens from getting ammunition. That's all gone. Yes, you can buy online ammunition. Yes, you can have it sent to your house. And that is like right now. We haven't heard anything yet from California if they're going to petition for a stay and appeal everything. I pretty much guarantee they will, because no liberal, no anti-gunner takes a defeat on the chin. They don't do that anymore. And it might take a couple hours, maybe a couple days for those companies that ship ammo to get everything in order on their end, on the back end side of the websites, but you can do it now. So spend that money and get that stuff. But what I did see from gun owners of California, they put out in some of their social media yesterday, if you can, buy some ammo from your local shop. Help them through this little crazy situation that's going on in the coronacation here. Help the locals if you can. If they don't have anything, then you have to go somewhere else. But you can get ammo shipped to your house. Judge Benitez, now, if you're thinking you heard that name before on this channel, you have. Judge Benitez is the same judge that gave everybody Freedom Week 1 with the full standard capacity magazines for that 1 week period before the stay took over, where you could have real magazines in California. Well, now he's opened up the floodgates so you can have real ammo without stupid bureaucracy and background checks for that. So get on that, and just assume that will change, because I'm sure they're going to appeal that. And if there's a stay that gets put in, you'll be able to find that here on Guns and Gadgets, so subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Some more good news. Now, depending on how long you've been in the gun community, or been a gun owner, or even followed politics related to the second, you may or may not have heard this one. It goes all the way back to 2009. 2009, the Gun Owners of America worked hand in hand with Senator Coburn back then. They got a carry amendment in the Credit Card Act of 2009. And that was big back then because it caught the anti-gunners and the Democrats by surprise. And this was under President Obama. The president got pissed, okay, because it was passed into law. So you could carry your firearm in the national parks. And, instantly the people were saying, oh my God, the buffalo population in Yellowstone is going to perish, and there'll be shootouts at the OK Corral, at glacier parks and stuff like that. And that never, ever happened. It never, ever happens when they say, oh, constitutional carry, it's going to be like Jesse James again. They're just scare tactics. So Obama, like I said, got angry, and he retaliated because, we can't let freedom happen. And so what he did is he, through the Army Corps of Engineers, banned carry on any land owned, operated, or contracted by the Army Corps of Engineers. Now, if you're not familiar, the Army Corps of Engineers has jurisdiction over huge areas in this nation. 400 lakes and river projects in 43 different states. So what does that mean? All right, so I'll take your local carry permit if you have a permit, or even if you have constitutional carry. If you live in, say, Delaware, and you can carry in Delaware, and you go to a national park, you're good to go. However, if you go to an area that is owned, operated by the Army Corps of Engineers, say a dam, you can't carry on that land. You can't step onto that dirt if it's Army Corps of Engineer dirt, because your freedom ends there, basically, is what Obama did when he came back against the carry bill that was put into the Credit Card Act of 2009. And it's been like that for a long time, until last week. Now pay attention, because this is something that we, the average person, the average citizen, need to do. On April 13th, the Army Corps of Engineers, now it's under President Trump's administration, they have published a request period for comment on its proposed regulation. And this proposed regulation would bring the Army Corps of Engineers land in sync, back on par with the federal parks that were under the amendment that GOA had in the Credit Card Act of 2009. This is huge, guys and gals. Now, what that would mean for the average person, let's do the Delaware example again. The Delaware example, you can go to a national park, you can carry with your permit in the state, you can go to your national park and carry, and then you could go, if this passes, go onto that dam and still have your firearm. Now, there are a couple caveats. It would only be following the rules of that state as far as carrying firearms. For instance, Massachusetts, we have licenses to carry called LTCs. We could carry, if this goes through, on the Army Corps of Engineer land in Massachusetts. If you were in, say, Illinois, you would need you would need to be able to legally carry in Illinois. There's no national reciprocity on Army Corps of Engineer land. Just like there's no national reciprocity in any of the national parks. You have to be covered by the King's permit to do that. Now, the open comment period ends June 12, 2020, and to make it easy, I'll have a link down in the description right to the Gun Owners of America page where they're actually talking about this. You can read it in more detail. At the top of that page, like always, GOA makes it easy for you. You can plug in your name, your email address, and your address, and they'll generate the email for you for the comment period. So last week, when we needed to tell the Senate to jump in to stop Pelosi from doing gun control in the stimulus package, GOA sent out over 1 million emails through the same technique. So let's see if we can double that. We the people demand that our rights carry over everywhere, regardless of dotted lines on a map. Makes no sense why you can carry on the street or the land walking up to that dam or that bridge by the Corps of Engineers, but can't do it on there. Makes no sense at all. So this will rectify that, and it takes us to get it done. So again, click that link down below. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. This is where you'll find news on the Second Amendment, all types of news, whether it's good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. And congratulations, California. And to everybody out there, be safe, stay vigilant, and carry your weapon. Take care, everybody.